It is the legendary rematch of that district final just a little over a week ago between the Braden River Pirates and your Jesuit Tigers here at Alumni Field for the region semifinal here tonight. Thank you all for tuning into the Jesuit Tiger Sports Network YouTube channel. I am Colin Rivera, and we are in for a treat here tonight. Last time these two teams met, it was a 2-0 victory over the Pirates. The Tigers overcoming a challenging first half in terms of trying to put it in the back of the net against this Pirates team, but ultimately a penalty kick converted by Patrick Wiley and a set-piece goal scored by Lucas Book were the difference makers that got the Tigers over the line to get that district title. It'll be much of the same possibly here tonight at Alumni Field, and it'll be interesting to see how these two teams have possibly made those adjustments from just a week ago, very much like the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, whatever you want to say it is, in terms of this is now the second leg, in terms of these teams playing one another, this time it being the region semi-final. Both teams looking to try to punch their ticket in here for a region final championship between Osceola or Mariner. That would be the next opponent, one of those two teams. But right now, they got to take care of business here tonight. In terms of your Jesuit Tigers starting lineup, once again, the reliable back four, the only change coming from Tuesday evening. Lucas Ruiz at right back is out. Jackson Hanna, number 16, is in. The rest of the lineup remains the same. As you hear the bell tower here in the background, this is 7 o'clock, which means we are officially about to get underway here for the region semifinal between your Jesuit Tigers and the Braden River Pirates. So once again, this game is going to mean so much for both sides. We'll kind of get into the statistics in terms of both teams and what to expect. But I'm sure a lot of our Jesuit Tiger loyal viewers of this soccer team know exactly what to expect in terms of this Braden River side. Once again, the Tigers starting 11. Hudson Piers, who has been so reliable in goal for the Tigers, he starts in goal once again here tonight. The back four, the only change is Jackson Hannon at right back. We still have that center back doing between Nick Smith and Brock Edelman. And then we have Evan Yaki as that left back currently, as this is a throw-in here from the Pirates, ultimately cleared out there by the Tigers. They try to get a counterattack opportunity here. No whistle blown, so we're going to continue this battle in the midfield here. In terms of that midfield for the Tigers, it's going to be that same three that's been pretty dynamic throughout the season. Luch DeGenova being that box-to-box midfielder that we've seen all season, allowing that creative freedom for Charlie Dowman and Keegan Clamp. And then the attacking three going to be Lucas Book, Jay Diani, and Patrick Wiley, all three in double-digit scoring in terms of goals on the season. So a little bit different already here in the opening minutes is that the Pirates playing a little bit higher line of a press, which is going to create some more opportunities out wide versus originally a week ago they were sitting back a little bit more, inviting that pressure and really trying to make the Tigers earn it. So in terms of the nerves overall for our Tiger fans, say take a little breath here, see how Braden River attacks off the ball here, whether it's individual play like we saw with Fort Myers where really only 1 to 2 guys were trying to press, or is the team going to press as a whole? That's going to be the interesting note to try to take here in these opening minutes of this game. So ball goes out of bounds there on the far side of the field, so it'll be a throw in here for the Tigers. And that ball went out of bounds. I can see off camera. The linesman already pulled his flag up. So this will be a throw in here for the Tigers. Jackson Hannon will be the one to take it. In terms of the breakdown of this game, as we saw a little over a week ago with this side, with Braden River, who really wasn't allowing opportunities inside the 18-yard box for the Tigers, besides really those two slip-ups. Patrick Wiley earning the penalty in the second half in those opening minutes, and then Lucas Book scoring on that set-piece opportunity crossed in from Evan Yaki. Barring those two mistakes, Braden River was pretty disciplined in terms of inside the 18-yard box. So if you're a Tigers fan, where to watch the action is going to be in that 30-yard line to that top of the 18-yard box. As you saw there, cross going in from Charlie Dowman. He was trying to find Lucas Book there, ultimately handled well by the keeper. But in between that 30-yard line, as shown on the field, to that 18-yard box, the black outline there on your screen, that's really going to be the important parts, I think, here in terms of passing and setting up opportunities for the Tigers. It's going to create a little bit more passing lanes and ultimately could create some shots opportunities. So something to keep an eye on, and some players that I would try to look for in those opportunities is Dowman, Keegan Clamp, and Patrick Wiley. All three of those guys able to score goals from outside the 18-yard box. And we'll see, how the Tigers react in these opening minutes. Thus far, already dominant in possession. That's kind of the MO from the Tigers when they play here at home. And Braden River, much of the same in terms of just sitting back and waiting for their opportunity and kind of expect counter ball from the Pirates. Ultimately, a free kick here, foul committed by the Tigers. So this is the opportunities that the Pirates will be looking for to kind of push the ball upfield and create their own opportunities. So I think the interesting move by the Tigers, more intriguing, I would say, than interesting, is Jackson Hannon coming in at right back. It kind of provides extra pace on that right side with him and Wiley. As you can see right here, Jackson Hannon already trying to cut back inside. Low-driven cross there. That's by Clamp. It falls for Lucas Book. Lucas Book, shot! Last-ditch defending there from the defender. It got past the goalkeeper. Ultimately falling all the way back for Edelman on the far side of the field, and Luch DiGenova now on the ball. This is Charlie Dowman. Now to Evan Yaki. Yaki trying to get past his defender, not able to. Now Braden River trying to create a counterattack opportunity. So throwing there for the Pirates. That's the first opportunity between really both sides. So once again, the stats just continue to grow for the Tigers here at home with how dominant they have been. Up to 47 goals on this 8-game win streak now, with only conceding 4 goals. So it continues to be a throw in here on the far side for the Tigers. It's going to be Nick Smith on the far side to take it. Pretty much every single Tiger's going near the top of that 18-yard box. The only ones that aren't is Evan Yaki, Luch DiGenova, and Keegan Clamp. Everybody else is inside that 18-yard box as they're waiting for the Nick Smith throw in there. It's a really nice throw on to that near post. Keegan Clamp heading it back in. Still Clamp. Now falls for Hannon. This should be a throw-in for the Tigers, and it will be. Quickly taken there by Hannon. It's a switch of the field by DiGenova over to Edelman. Here's Dowman now. Deani. Deani kind of playing that free attacking role. You've seen him move from the right side to the left side. Here's Clamp. And there's that opportunity that I mentioned in terms of the pace, getting behind that last defender, Jackson Hannon, trying to make that through ball run for Keegan Clamp. That's just a little bit difference in terms of with Lucas Ruiz, you get a little bit more defensive base side of that right back position versus with Hannon being in the right back position. It's almost double the pace, which can be overwhelming on that right side for a team like Braden River, who are kind of going to sit back and invite that pressure. So it's throwing there for the Pirates. Pirates getting the upset on the road against Golden Gate in order to get to this match. As mentioned on Tuesday evening, whether Tiger fans wanted to face Golden Gate or get a similar, familiar opponent in Braden River, ultimately getting the Pirates in this semifinal. And I would say in the opening 10 minutes or so, much of the same in terms of opportunities. I would say the difference being last week the Pirates had that absolute screamer of a shot that Hudson Pierce had to make within the 10-minute mark in the first half that really could have been a difference maker for the Pirates. Here tonight, just no attacking presence at the moment. Doesn't mean that they can't have it, but they're just inviting that pressure, trying to make Jesuit kind of overthink the passing lanes and forward passes and try to turn the ball over. As of right now, Tigers just really playing that chess match in terms of trying to figure out what is the best passing lane to create that shot and goal-scoring opportunity. Through ball there from King Clamp trying to find Hannon, just unable to. And ultimately, Braden River turning the ball over back to the Tigers. The Pirates winning back possession there on the far side of the field. Really nice job there from Evan Yaki and Charlie Dowman. In terms of this attacking opportunity, that's Lucas Book. He's trying to cross it into Patrick Wiley. It's deflected out, so it should be a corner here. Typically on the far side, these corners are taken by Keegan Clamp. Maybe it went out for a throw-in because I see Nick Smith going on that far side. Typically means it's going to be a throw-in here. So once again, every single Tiger going in that 18-yard box besides Luch DeGenova and Evan Yaki going to that near post again. Cleared back to Nick Smith. Yaki heading it in and ultimately collected there by Braden River. That falls all the way back to DeGenova. Here's Yaki on the far side trying to keep it in. He actually was able to keep it in, but ultimately ball taking an awkward bounce off his foot there, so it's going to be a goal kick. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, very much the same as it was this first time the teams played each other last week in terms of the opportunities for the Tigers, in terms of how Braden River is handling not having possession of the ball. But here's a passing lane opening up now for Hannon. Hannon one time to Deani. Here's Wiley. Falls back for Deani. Here's Hannon to Clamp. Nice job there by Clamp to open up the space. Here's Dowman now. Dowman taking a shot. Why not? Just a little bit above the crossbar. Those are the opportunities, honestly, the Tigers got to take. And in terms of inside that 30-yard line in the 18-yard box, I don't think Braden Rivers could expect those kind of shots to go off. So honestly, take those opportunities if they present themselves. We've seen Charlie Dowman score some absolute screamers like that in this season. Coming off a hat trick as well on Tuesday evening in the region quarterfinal against Fort Myers. As that ball goes out of bounds, Jackson Hannon quickly takes the throw-in. Here's Brock Edelman. So approaching that 15-minute mark in terms of the time that's gone by in this first half. 0-0 between your Jesuit Tigers and the Braden River Pirates in this region semifinal. So there was an early opportunity for the Tigers, but was really some last-ditch effort defending against Lucas Book. Cleared essentially at the goal line to keep it 0-0. So here's Nick Smith now. To Keegan Clamp. Keegan trying to switch at the field to Yaki. Wow, that almost fell for him. Lucas Book doing a nice job to keep possession. Dowman switches it over to Clamp. Clamp trying to find Yaki, just unable to. Now Braden River trying to get counterattack opportunity. It's handled well there by Nick Smith. Here's Clamp. Patrick Wiley turning it to Yaki. Yaki taking a shot. Sails wide. I think his foot got caught there on the turf. And that's why that shot sailed a little bit wide there. So goal kick for the Pirates. Here's an opportunity. Patrick Wiley. And this will be the first corner of the evening for the Tigers. Well, nope, they're saying throwing again. That one was much closer than on the far side. But regardless, Nick Smith will take this throw in here for the Tigers. This is essentially still a set-piece opportunity for the Tigers with how Smith and Culver are able to deliver these throw-ins. Going to that 6-yard box. That's a header! Wasn't far off. I believe that was Brock Edelman. That was close. I think a lot closer than what Braden River was expecting on that set piece. Once again, that center back duo, it feels like year in and year out, the Tigers are just blessed with just the ultimate team chemistry when it comes to the center back duos. Last year, it was Caden Plummer and Michael Jackalow. This year, Nick Smith and Brock Edelman being in that duo and almost connecting on an assisted goal there for the Tigers. So really the second opportunity now that the Tigers have had in this first half against Braden River. But once again, fans will kind of point to, yeah, it's much the same as last week, though. There's those opportunities. We got to put them in the back of the net. I'm sure this Tigers team is fully aware of that. But they just are going to have to be patient. This is a grind them out kind of game. Much different from the Fort Myers game where we saw at this point in the game of the first half, it was already 3-0 to the Tigers. DeGenova handling it there. Battle between Edelman. Ultimately cleared out there by Yaki. Here's Buck. Buck taking the shot and he scores! My goodness, clinical. What else can you say about Lucas Book other than the word clinical? Look it up in the dictionary and you're going to find Lucas Book's name right next to that definition. And much different from last week in that district final, the Tigers taking advantage of the opportunity there. That through ball falling for Lucas Book and putting the Tigers up 1-0 here in the region. Semifinal at Alumni Field here at Corral Memorial Stadium. As now it'll be interesting to see how the Tigers play in terms of, was that just a giant weight taken off the Tigers' chest, and now they can play a little bit more freely, find those opportunities to just be clicking off of instinct. That'll be the interesting question here in these next 5 to 7 minutes, really. Braden River probably will be glad that there's a water break coming up here in this first half to kind of try to break up that momentum and those opportunities for the Tigers. Here's a shot ultimately handled there by the Pirates. So I believe that was Dowman that took it. May have been Diani. Here's Smith now. Leaving it for Clamp. Back to Hannon. Hannon looking to switch the field over to Dowman. Now that's Yaki on the ball on the far side. Falls back for Dowman. Here's Diani. Clamp maintaining possession for the Tigers. Here's Dowman. Still Dowman. Falling for Diani. Braden River doing a nice job there to really shut down that final shot from Diani. And ultimately a throw-in for the Pirates on the far side. No substitutions as so far in this first half between both sides. Here's DeGenova now. Possession won back by the Pirates, but well defended by DeGenova to make it a throw-in here. It's thrown on the far side, and this will be the first half water break. Your Jesuit Tigers lead the Braden River Pirates 1-0, thanks to Lucas Book once again opening up the scoring for the Tigers just as he did on Tuesday night. And what felt like kind of the opening 20 minutes or so, you really weren't sure in terms of, man, are we seeing a repeat of the district final? And it feels a little bit different in terms of Braden River kind of had a little bit more sitting back, not jumping on those passing lanes as quickly. Versus here tonight, it seems like in terms of defensively, they're shifting on both sides of the field in terms of laterally wise. So not going from their defensive third to their attacking third. Not in the vertical sense. More so horizontally, they're shifting as a team to kind of stop those opportunities of switching the field for the Tigers when they're in possession compared to the district final. But the biggest difference here is it's 1-0 right now here in the region semifinal versus district final. It was 0-0 at this point. And that's the stat that's going to matter the most. It doesn't matter if you're executing the X and O's if you're the Pirates. The difference here is the score. It's 1-0, and the Tigers have taken full advantage of their opportunities. They've scored 1 of 3 chances here in this first half, and that is thanks to Lucas Book just being absolutely clinical inside the 18-yard box. And so now it begs the question: you can't sit back if you're Braden River. You can't do it. It's not going to work against this Tigers team. I feel like I've said it broadcast after broadcast. There's no chance you can just sit back, invite the pressure, and expect the Tigers not to score. It's just such a small margin to ultimately expect the Tigers to end up doing. And in terms of Jesuit, you're just going to keep doing much of the same. I would say make sure you try to finish more opportunities, but you've already had more opportunities here tonight compared to last week in the first half. And that's thanks to the passing just being absolutely on par and the clinical finishing from Lucas Book. So back underway here for the remaining 19, 20 minutes or so of this first half. The Tigers back on the attack. This is Patrick Wiley. Patrick Wiley's going to take a cross to that far post. It's a perfect idea. He was trying to find Evan Yaki on that far side. And I think Patrick Wiley read that beautifully. If you look at the body posture from the goalkeeper, almost expected he's going to shoot this. You know, Patrick Wiley, he's got 19 goals on the season. He's going to shoot this ball. And Patrick Wiley actually doing a really smart outlet pass to the far post there, trying to find Evan Yaki. It was just in front of Yaki. But really, really nice opportunity from the Tigers. That's an incidental handball against the Tigers, so this will be a free kick for the Pirates. Quickly taken. While the stat has been repeated many times, it's truly just a fantastic stat. 48 goals to 4, and maybe 49! Man, it was so close. Almost another goal for the Tigers. That was Patrick Wiley looking for his 20th goal on the season. Really wasn't that far off. But 48 goals compared to 4 conceded here in the 8 games. Now make it 9 games 9 games played, 8-1 so far. Obviously only 1-0 here tonight, so not going to try to brain any announcer jinx of any kind. But just the fact that the Tigers continue to outscore their opponents by such a huge margin is really just unbelievable to see game in and game out. They're hitting their measuring sticks on every single level at the perfect time. It's Keegan Clamp. It's able to stay in bounds. He's going to cross it back in, and this will be a throw-in for the Tigers. So Nick Smith will be taking this. Every single Tiger going inside that 18-yard box. Besides Luch DeGenova, as Lucas Ruiz is in the game. Try to see if Jackson Hannon's still on the field. That would be the quick change, I would assume, as this is bouncing around. I think a foul may have been called, and I think that's why players weren't really reacting to that near post opportunity. And so that was the substitution. Jackson Hannon came off. Lucas Ruiz came on. And right now the Tigers, off the ball possession, are playing a back 3 currently. So here's Yaki. Scores! And Evan Yaki doing Thierry Henry. Or if you want to do the younger generation, Anthony Gordon against Arsenal. Celebration there to put the Tigers up 2-0. I tell you what, that's a great tactical decision from head coach Eric Sims in terms of shifting from a back 4 to a back 3. I noticed it as soon as that throw in from Braden River. I was like, that's interesting. Back 3 with Lucas Ruiz, Brock Edelman, and Nick Smith. That means right back positions kind of being shifted in a different location if Lucas Ruiz is playing left back, and that meant Evan Yaki and Dowman both were moving upfield. Braden River trying to respond immediately here. Well defended by the Tigers. So it's 2-0 here. Your Jesuit Tigers lead over Braden River in the region semifinal. And I'm honestly not sure coming out of that water break, Braden River noticed that the Tigers shifted from a back four to a back three defensively when they didn't have possession. And so as soon as they regained possession, there it is. Back post, Evan Yaki, easy as you like. So here's Keegan Clamp now to Yaki, who just scored the second goal for the Tigers. Tigers still playing that back three, so the left back role is being assumed by Lucas Ruiz, Brock Edelman playing the true center back role, Nick Smith kind of playing that right back role. So now there's essentially an attacking front four. Could say true striker Lucas Book is staying atop the 18 with Diani playing more center attacking mid, Evan Yaki and Wiley being those wingers. And then Dowman and Clamp playing, true midfield role, but allows them to play upfield. So he crosses that in. Diani fighting for this here. And see if he was able to keep it in. I don't believe he was. So throw in here for the Tigers. So with that goal from Evan Yaki, he is now the fourth Jesuit Tiger to score double-digit goals here on the season. He joins Jay Diani, Patrick Wiley, and Lucas Book with officially 10 goals on the season. As many of our Tiger viewers know, his assist numbers leading the team. To add 10 goals to that, he's just had a fantastic senior season here. So here's Clamp now. Passing it out wide to Wiley. Wiley trying to beat this defender here. Still an opportunity, but first corner of the night for the Tigers. They're changing the call there. The linesman was pointing to the corner flag. Head referee saying no, goal kick. Substitution's going to be made here. Jay Diani is coming off. Tyler Trumbley is coming on. So I would say maybe that's also one of the most interesting stats of the first half. Tigers have not had a corner kick yet in this first half. Maybe that's just Braden River trying to avoid those opportunities, knowing Lucas Book in the second half last week in the district final scored on a corner kick. And Hudson Piers will come out and collect that for the Tigers. Passes it out wide to Lucas Ruiz. And now here's Dowman. Now to Patrick Wiley trying to find Evan Yaki there. Unable to. It's ultimately cleared back for Edelman. Wins back possession for the Tigers. And here's Clamp. Clamp trying to play one over the top to Wiley. And this will be the first corner kick for the Tigers. Keegan Clamp certainly will be taking this, as he's done all season on the far side of the field. And so let's see what the Tigers draw up here in terms of set piece opportunity-wise. Tremblay and DeGenova are the only ones not in the attacking third. Everybody else is crowding that near post. It's going to the far post. Trying to find Dowman there. He was able to score on Tuesday night, part of his hat trick on some set piece opportunities. Came close there. Every single Pirate was almost focused on that near post. Ended up going to the back post there. Tigers winning back possession quickly there. It's Evan Yaki on the ball. Passing it off to Clamp. Trying to find that through ball to Lucas Book. Unable to. Goal kick. Outside of Victor Philpotts, number 8 for Braden River, who's been the player closest to our viewer's screen. Really, Braden River has struggled mightily to create any kind of opportunities. So right there at the 40-yard line, there is Philpotts. He's been really the only one that has gotten the ball at the top of the attack for the Pirates. And I honestly think that Nick Smith and Jackson Hannon at the beginning of the game really done a nice job in terms of limiting his touches and not allowing him to create goal-scoring opportunities. Stromley earning, I think he earned the free kick. And he did, so nice job there. This creates a set-piece opportunity now for the Tigers with Keegan Clamp and Evan Yaki on the ball, but I think ultimately Clamp will be the one taking this here. Everybody's at really a little bit further past the 6-yard box there on the far side of the field. He's going to try to bend it in here. Takes one bounce for Yaki. Yaki not able to get the clean contact there that he would have wanted. So goal kick for the Pirates. So 2-0 if you're just now tuning in here tonight between the Jesuit Tigers and the Braden River Pirates. That is thanks to Lucas Book opening up the scoring once again for the Tigers, and then Evan Yaki joining his teammates in the double-digit goal-scoring stat chart on the season. With 10 goals on the season now, he joins Jay Diani, Patrick Wiley, and Lucas Book on the season. From Braden River's perspective, hard to try to figure out where you're going to draw up the opportunities. I think they were really banking on trying to create counterattack opportunities. The problem is really besides Philpotts on the side closest to us, there hasn't been an opportunity. Meanwhile, the Tigers, corner kick. Second one here tonight for the Tigers. We saw how close Charlie Dowman was just a few moments ago trying to score on the far post. Only difference this time will be Evan Yaki taking it on this side of the field versus Keegan Clamp on the far side. So a lot of bodies here kind of all throughout the 18-yard box. A few Tigers on that near post and eventually backing off. I think Braden River and Philpotts specifically was trying to get a foul there. Ultimately, ball rolls out of bounds, so throw in for the Tigers, handled there by Nick Smith. And here's Dowman. Switching it over to Wiley. Just not able to keep it in there. Tigers winning back possession. That's Clamp passing it now to Book. Book out wide to Wiley. Here's Wiley now. Trying to frame it up for a shot. So Jackson Hannon and Jay Diani looking like they're going to come back on as substitutes here shortly as we approach really the final minutes of this first half. 2-0 in a pretty comfortable first half performance from the Tigers. I think the opening few minutes was a little bit shaky from the passing standpoint, but other than that, you know, it's hard to replicate such a dominant opening first half as they did on Tuesday evening against Fort Myers. Opening 15 minutes of that half, it was already 3-0. Right after the water break, it was 4-0. So really hard to kind of replicate that kind of energy flying out of the gates in just 3 days, really less than 3 days later. So substitutes coming on are Jay Diani and Jackson Hannon for likely the remainder of the first half. Trumley and I think Lucas Book were the other substitute that came off for the Tigers. Another nice job there on the far side of the field, handled by Lucas Ruiz. Here's Dowman on the ball. Here's Evan Yaki. That was Patrick Wiley there with the shot opportunity. As we approach really the 2-minute mark, that ultimately time will be left to the center referee on the field. So that's Diani trying to find Hannon on the far side. Hannon trying to beat this last defender. We saw an opportunity on Tuesday where Hannon was able to assist Patrick Wiley. It's going to fall possibly for Wiley on that far post. Really nice job there from Braden River. Took an awkward bounce there in front of the 18-yard box for Braden River. Patrick Wiley pounced on it immediately. Foul committed there by the Pirates. It'll be free kick for the Tigers. This may be the final opportunity of the half for both sides. Crossed inside that 18-yard box, is bouncing, and well saved there by Braden River. Here's Dowman. To Clamp. Clamp's got to take a shot. Wasn't far off. Looks like we have a possible substitute coming on here for the Tigers. It's going to have to wait after this goal kick. Next stoppage of play for the Tigers. He'll be coming on. Not sure if there will be one or not, though, with the time remaining in this first half. That's Diani applying the pressure on the far side. Ultimately, ball went out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers, and this will be the substitute. And nope, that substitute's going to have to wait. Maybe it'll be made at halftime. Regardless, your Jesuit Tigers lead 2-0 over the Braden River Pirates in the region semifinal here tonight in the first half. Lucas Book and Evan Yaki, the 2 goal scorers for the Tigers in this first half. Much different from the district final, as it was 0-0 just a week ago between both sides. We'll talk about what the Tigers can do to really punch some more goals into the back of the net. In terms of Braden River, I think really the showing explains itself, much of the same compared to last week, which was just sitting off the ball too much, not able to maintain possession. We'll focus on what the Tigers can do to kind of add more goals onto that second half score sheet. But as of right now, they lead 2-0 over Braden River in the region semifinal here at Alumni Field. Welcome back for the second half of the region semifinal between your Jesuit Tigers and the Braden River Pirates, where your Jesuit Tigers lead 2-0 at the half, thanks to Evan Yaki, Lucas Book, scoring 2 goals in the first half. And I tell you what, the PA announcing music halftime was fantastic. You had Dua Lipa, Dance the Night Away, Future, and Metro Boomin' with Kendrick, Like That. So certainly the fans here at Alumni Field are feeling the momentum here in this region semifinal. Much different from that district final in terms of the chances and opportunities this time tonight being put away. And what to expect from the Tigers. I think that back three, I would focus on maintaining that. I would continue the back three because it opened up more opportunities that I don't think Braden River was really expecting. I think Braden River expected a traditional back four. And the way they're lined up, the Tigers are in this second half. It's the same back three. So Nick Smith playing that right back role, Edelman playing that center back role, and Lucas Ruiz playing that left back role. And so what that back three is going to ultimately do, yes, it can provide a little bit more pressure and leave you open on counterattack opportunities. But what it's going to do, it's going to allow a lot more creative passing lanes for your attacking front. And when you have people like Evan Yaki, Patrick Wiley, Jay Ziani, and Lucas Book up to attack, all 4 guys, 10-plus goals or more on the season, it's going to create those opportunities a little bit easier for Keegan Clamp and Charlie Dowman to find those passing lanes for one of those 4 guys. So completely agree with head coach Eric Sims and company in terms of maintaining that back three. In terms of Braden River, where do you find the adjustments? It comes from the midfield. Just absolutely no control in their midfield at the moment. And that's creating the issues. Because whether you have a strong attacking three or a clinical striker up top for Braden River, whatever it may be, the issue is if you don't have a midfield to get the ball to that playmaker, it's not going to make a difference. So if you're Braden River, you got to try to figure out the midfield situation, which that's going to be very difficult to do as an opportunity goes wide for Braden River, the first of the evening, really, for the Pirates. The issue that the Pirates are going to face here in terms of attack is the prominent 3 that I've mentioned all season with the Tigers. So box-to-box midfielder DeGenova, and then Charlie Dowman, who has played left back in several games this season, so he's very strong defensively as a midfielder. And then Keegan Clamp, who once again is a midfielder that can really charge the off-the-ball press and lead it for the Tigers. So that's where really the Pirates are going to try to struggle to maintain a prominent midfield presence to create opportunities. But as for the Tigers right now, they just need to do much of the same as they did here tonight. That shot goes wide here for Braden River. One thing I would keep an eye on, not sure if it's cramps, not sure what the extent of the injury is. Lucas Book taped up at the calf and right arm. So just something to kind of see mobility-wise how he's able to play through here tonight, but just shows just a mental warrior in terms of, tape me up, coach. I'm good to go. Let's keep rolling. As for the Tigers, substitution was made. Jackson Hannon came on for Lucas Ruiz. So I think for these opening minutes, they're shifting back to a back 4 now, just in terms of how they saw Braden River get those few opportunities while I was mentioning how the Pirates should improve. So now the back 4 is Jackson Hannon on the far side, Evan Yaki closest to your screen, and then Brock Edelman and Nick Smith being that center back duo. This is Hannon on the ball on the far side. Here's Diani. Here's Book. Tell you what, Book is moving just fine despite being taped up with that right calf. Here's a pass to Diani. It's still for Diani. Oh, my goodness. Diani is still battling. How did that not go in for Jay Diani? My goodness. Saved by the defender kept up with it, headed, saved again by the defender, gets a shot off the third time, hits the crossbar. Unbelievable. Jay Diani is just going to be wondering how in the world did that not go into the back of the net. Still remains 2-0 here between your Jesuit Tigers and Braden River Pirates. This region's semifinal, but my goodness, Jay Diani did everything in his power to try to put that in the back of the net. Just right time, right place for those Braden River defenders. Here's Wiley now. Lucas Book, quick give and go to Wiley. Wiley's trying to find the passing lane. Took a shot. Went over the bar there for a goal kick. Goal kick taken quickly there by the Pirates. Possession won back there by the Tigers. It's Dowman on the ball. Passing it out wide to Hannon. Hannon using that pace. It's still Hannon on that far side. Finally cleared out there by the Pirates. Well defended there by Evan Yaki. Here's Diani. Diani trying to find that through ball to Wiley. It wasn't far off. If it would have just taken, I think, that one more bounce on that turf, would have really created some serious problems there for the Pirates. Evan Yaki would have cut back there. Now he's got acres of space. It's still Evan Yaki. Beats the second defender. It's still Evan Yaki. Evan Yaki passing it off to Book. Book to Clamp. Braden River taking the biggest sigh of relief. Fantastic opportunity for the Tigers. I think right now just a stoppage of play. I think maybe a possible yellow was issued out to Braden River, and I think that's just because when Evan Yaki was breaking through there was that slide tackle. Wasn't even remotely close to Yaki, but I think it was just malicious intent. And that's why it was that yellow card. You know, it wasn't serious foul play because no contact was made. But if contact was made, you got to wonder if it would have been, you know, even worse than a yellow card because it was a slide tackle from behind and Evan Yaki was breaking through there. Either way, just simple yellow issued from the head referee. So it's a mandatory substitution there for Braden River. What a touch there from Book. Book still battling through. Once again, despite having that right calf taped up, you can clearly see he's still having plenty of mobility, at least from here in the press box. Looks to be moving just fine. Still has that pace. Still has that amazing first touch as we just saw. The Tigers maintaining possession here with a throw-in taken by Evan Yaki. Here's Wiley now. Passing it to Diani. Diani trying to find Hannon on that far side. Well defended by Phil Potts for Braden River, and he wins himself a throw-in. Here's Wiley to Dowman. A couple passes back and forth between Dowman and Wiley. Now here's Yaki. One-on-one chance for Yaki. Beats the defender. Now he can cross it in. Here's a shot going wide to the far post for Diani. Just not able to head it. Awkward angle for Diani to try to handle there. So throw in taken there by the Pirates, but they just give it away immediately. Here's Dowman now. Dowman! I tell you what, folks. When you see a goalkeeper just freeze in goal like that, he's just hoping, man, I hope this is going wide. Great shot opportunity there by Dowman. I'm telling you, when you see the goalkeeper just freeze as a fan, so if you're Braden River at that point, you're just holding your breath. And as a Tigers fan, you're like, that could go in. Wasn't that far off for Dowman, who has just been in terrific form here these last few weeks. Lucas Book is on the ball on the far side of the field for the Tigers now. Give and go from Clamp back to Book. Clamp finding Hannon on the far side. Hannon's going to cross it and deflect it out for a corner. So Evan Yaki will be the one to take it here on the far side. I think we may have an injury timeout here. Referee's just going to make sure. Yeah, he's going to check up on the Braden River player there just to make sure he's all right. Everything seems to be all right, so the play will continue on here. Corner for the Tigers, Evan Yaki to take it. So we approach about the 10-minute mark here in the second half. A little bit different set-piece opportunity here for the Tigers in terms of setup-wise. That's a curler to the near post. Just didn't get the contact he wanted there, so goal kick for the Pirates. Possession given away by the Pirates there. Pass from DeGenova to Clamp. And now Clamp trying to find Book. Just a little bit too much power on that. But really still a good idea from the attacking midfielder. As the Pirates really just continue to struggle to find that midfield presence. And I think that's really just more credit to the Tigers in terms of how they play defensively in that midfield trio than Braden River struggling. I think that's a tremendous credit to Clamp, Dowman, and DeGenova. As Clamp passes it to Hannon on that far side. Ball falls back for Smith. Pirates winning back possession, but facing a lot of pressure here. That's Diani to Book. Book! Book says that calf is fine. 3-0 Tigers. My goodness. That off-the-ball pressure, and that time it was from Diani, who won back possession, passed it to Book. Book said, I'll take it from there. His second of the night. He's on a brace now. Braden River trying to play one over the top immediately. Hudson Piers is going to collect this. So what certainly could be the dagger against the Pirates. Lucas Book opening up the scoring here in the second half, just as he did in the first in this region semifinal. And that's exactly what you want to see from your number 9 striker there. Just the absolute toughness, mental and physical, to battle through. Saying, this is the region semifinal. I'm going to do anything to help my team out to punch their ticket in for that region final matchup between whether Mariner or Osceola. So here's Patrick Wiley passing it off to Clamp. Clamp to Deani. Deani tried a through ball there to Wiley. Wow, that was a really awkward bounce there on the turf. Tigers still able to maintain possession regardless. So here's Clamp. And look at the space Clamp has here to control the ball with. Here's Deani. Deani's got to take a shot. It falls for Yaki. Evan Yaki! My goodness. It's a heck of an opportunity there from Evan Yaki. Here's Keegan Clamp now. Trying to keep it in. Once again, that off-ball pressure from right now, it's coming from the attacking four of the Jesuit Tigers. Just way too much for Braden River to handle. Clamp still getting a ton of space, which is ultimately surprising for me. You can all our viewers have seen what Keegan Clamp's able to do when he has a little 3 to 4 feet of space. This time, crossing it in for Dowman. Dowman's going to keep it in here. He's got Evan Yaki. Yaki, wow. Tell you right now, Yaki is feeling it here on the left side. Tremendous shot just a few moments ago, and just now with that cross. My goodness. Here's Lucas Book now. Here's Clamp now. Clamp's still getting that space. To Dowman. Back to Clamp. Clamp got to try to find Hannon. Just a little bit too much on that one, so goal kick for the Pirates. Foul committed there by the Tigers against the Pirates. Free kick here on the far side. What a battle there from Evan Yaki. Still Evan Yaki. Oh, goodness. I thought he was going to get a give and go there from Wiley and just take off. Braden River now trying to get an opportunity, and that is just how the evening has gone here for the Pirates. Here's Clam now, middle of the field. Still got a ton of space. Passing it off now for Deani. Opportunity. Book to Wiley. Wow, what an opportunity for the Tigers there. And it just really feels like the Pirates are on the ropes. They're making 4 substitutions here at this goal kick. At least 2 of them being defensive subs. Hard to see the numbers of who's coming in, but 2 defensive substitutions, one being a midfielder, one being either a striker or a winger position. So that kind of just says in terms of what adjustments they're trying to make. They're trying to really stop the floodgates here from opening up. There's been so many opportunities here in the last few minutes for the Tigers now. So I think Braden River just tripped on that goal kick because it was a very short pass. Handled well there by the Pirates, but I mean they've already turned possession back over to the Tigers. Here's Clamp. Clamp finding Wiley. Wiley's going to cut it back. Oh, my goodness, Patrick Wiley! Oh, my. He put the defender on skates. Oh, my goodness. That's why you don't keep Keegan Clamp with so much space. Able to find the through ball, perfectly timed, perfectly weighted pass to Patrick Wiley, who makes the defender absolutely sell out on the shot. Disgusting cutback. And the Tigers lead the Pirates 4-0 here in the region semifinal at Alumni Field. After getting an assist, he's back on the ball here. Keegan Clamp trying to find Diani. Well, Patrick Wiley, you got to put that on your highlight reel. No doubt about it. So sorry to number 21 on Braden River. Just absolutely put on skates. Reminds me very much the Gabriel Jesus goal just scored a couple years ago against Man United, where the defender just literally got put on skates, slid out of frame, and Jesus took care of the rest. DeGenova now. To Yaki. Keegan Clamp on the far side of the field with the ball currently for the Tigers. He passes it off now to Hannon. Here is Lucas Book now. DeGenova winning back possession there for the Tigers. Clamp switching it to Dowman. Here's Wiley. Pass cut off there by DeGenova. Now he passes it out wide to Hannon on the far side of the field. Jackson Hannon beating two defenders. Being the third, passing it to Book. And Book winning himself a corner here for the Tigers. Evan Yaki running to the far side of the field to take this. So the Tigers that are inside that now 6-yard box. It is Charlie Dowman on the far post. In terms of the near post, both Brock Edelman and Nick Smith are in front of the goalkeeper with Patrick Wiley. Lucas Book is about at the penalty spot with Jay Diani and Keegan Clamp at the top of the 18. Going to that near post. It's bouncing for Book. And shot was taken by Nick Smith. But ultimately, I think a foul committed there inside the 18-yard box. So called by the referee there. So free kick for the Pirates. Dowman passing it out wide to Clamp. Clamp once again getting a lot of space between him and the defenders. Here's Hannon. Still Hannon. He could pass it off to Dowman. Passes it off to Book. Here's Keegan Clamp now. Clamp beating that defender. Now he can cross it in. Too high for Wiley there, but fell for, I believe that was Dowman. So another corner kick. This time, I believe it'll probably be Keegan Clamp to take this for the Tigers, as it's going to be closest to our viewers on the screen here. So that's Keegan Clamp running out to the ball now to take this corner. A little bit different of a setup here. Dowman is closest to the goalkeeper right now on your screen. Everybody else is at the top of the 18-yard box. Low-driven cross in. Still bouncing around. My goodness. I'm really not sure how that did not go in for the Tigers. Another goal line stand for Braden River. This is Hannon on the far side of the field. Beats the defender. Falls for Wiley. Wiley cut back. Wiley! 5-0 Tigers. Punching their ticket in to the region final. And no longer felt like a matter of if the Tigers were going to get a 5th goal here in this game. It was more so a matter of when. As this is the picture-perfect result the Tiger fans want to see here tonight. They probably looked at the matchup sheet and they were like, man, Braden River again, that was a little bit of a tough matchup in the district final. Not here tonight. Those small adjustments you're seeing here tonight compared to that district final, which is really just such a credit to this team, how much hard work they put into the practice field and game film. Fantastic job from this team here tonight. Is really, I think, the most surprising standpoint from this game is how much space Keegan Clamp has been allowed from Braden River, a guy that absolutely is the maestro of setting up the passing opportunities for Patrick Wiley, Jay Diani, Lucas Book, whoever it may be, even Jackson Hannon here tonight on the right-hand side, Evan Yaki on the far side, the left side, whoever it may be, he's creating these opportunities. And when you give him that much space, easily 3 to 5 yards, I tell you what, he'll take advantage every single time. And he's taking advantage of his opportunities here tonight. But Patrick Wiley putting the Tigers up 5-0. He now sits on a brace here tonight. Lucas Book sitting on a brace as well. And Evan Yaki with that 5th goal. As that attacking 4, we can't even say 3 when you have 4 players in double-digit goal-scoring numbers. Attacking 4 has just been absolutely clinical here tonight. In all honesty, Jay Diani should have a goal here tonight. How that opportunity at the beginning of the second half did not go in is just rotten luck, because it was 3 chances in quick succession. But that attacking 4 has been absolutely on it here tonight. And Jesuit Tigers now leading 5-0 here in the region semifinal at home at Alumni Field. As this is Hannon on the ball on the far side of the field. No substitutions made here from the Tigers after that water break. As that cross to the far post trying to find Wiley, just unable to, so goal kick for the Pirates. There are 5 Tigers warming up in those green pennies on the far side of the field, though, so I have a feeling as time goes by, maybe when we get around the 10-minute mark, that's when you'll start to see these substitutions. But you can't, can't say you can't, but it's hard to substitute Lucas Book and Patrick Wiley when they're sitting on braces apiece. Both have an opportunity for a hat trick here tonight. So that was Lucas Book trying to break through there. Here's Yaki now. And foul called against the Tigers, so be a free kick for the Pirates. So Braden River trying to keep it inbounds here on the far side. Not able to. Goal kick for the Tigers. So one substitute getting ready to come on here. It's tough to see. Maybe that's Culver. I'm not sure. Can't see the number as the penny's blocking the jersey number at the moment. So once he comes on, we'll let you know who that substitute is for the Tigers. Evan Yaki's the one coming off. So I would assume going from left back to left back, that would be a logical move there. So, and it is. So Mason Culver coming on here for the Tigers. He just entered your screen. So we're back underway here. Here's DeGenova. Diani to Hannon. Clamp on the ball, passes it to Dowman. Dowman with lots of space as well. Passes it to Book. Book beating the first defender, trying to pass it to Clamp. Keegan Clamp. Once again, another good cut back there from the Tigers, this time coming from Clamp. And that ball went out of bounds on the far side, so throw in quickly handled there by Nick Smith as the Tigers shift back to that back three as they were playing at the end of the first half. After the first few minutes of the second half, they kind of shifted back to that traditional back four. Phil Potts was trying to get to it there for the Pirates, not able to. This is well defended by Hannon. This is Phil Potts now. And that was cleared by Culver. So throwing for the Pirates as we approach about 13 minutes and some change left here in this region semifinal. What has just been fantastic performance from the Tigers as we've seen here at home in the playoffs. Bouncing around a few times there. And I think he's going to try to take a shot here. And saved by Hudson Pierce. And now we have stoppage of play here just to see which Tiger's down here. I think it's Brock Edelman who is down. He is back up, though, under his own power. Nick Smith just making sure that he's all right. And so back underway here. Another substitute getting ready to come on here. I think it's Lucas Ruiz. Is waiting at the halfway line for the Tigers. Through ball to Tiani. That was Patrick Wiley trying to find him. Tyler Trombley is going to be the second substitute coming on for the Tigers. Patrick Wiley's on the ball right now. He's going to pass it off to Book. Book passing it to Diani. Tell you what, the attacking for Diani has been the unlucky one here tonight. He's had some fantastic opportunities. Each one has been saved here tonight. That was Clamp trying to cross it in. It falls for Dowman. Charlie Dowman. Certainly looked like a foul. Referee says no. As 4 substitutions now for the Tigers. So let's just tell you who is coming off first for the Tigers. Got 5 moving towards goal line. So Jackson Hannon's coming off. Keegan Clamp, Patrick Wiley, Luch DeGenova, and Nick Smith appear to be the ones coming off. Now shifting is Brock Edelman coming off. Nick Smith going to stay on here. Tice Wolf is the center back coming on for Brock Edelman. Lucas Ruiz comes in for that right back position. So we're back underway here. I'll try to get those other substitutions. Nico Provenzano in the midfield comes in for Clamp. And Kenny Kane playing up top for the Tigers. He came on for Patrick Wiley. Shot there from Provenzano, saved. Here's Book. Lucas Book still on the ball here, battling multiple defenders. Finally cleared by the Pirates. And Nick Smith doing a nice job up. Nope. I thought he did a nice job to keep it in bounds there. Linesman saying it went out, so throw in for the Pirates. Smith doing a nice job there to clear it, though, for the Tigers. Cross to the far side, trying to find Diani. And ultimately collected there. Trombley trying to find Diani there, just unable to. As here's Wolf to Kane. Culver. Provenzano. Ruiz on the far side to Dowman. So it'll be a Pirates throw in here as a couple more substitutes are getting ready to come on here. Looks like Brendan O'Connor will be one of the substitutes. Trying to see who the other Tiger will be coming on. I think maybe Iacono will be one of the substitutes as well coming on for the Tigers. That's actually Iacono pressing the ball at the top of the screen for the Tigers. 3 more substitutes will be made here. So free kick here for the Pirates. Once again, you're just now tuning in 5-0 between your Jesuit Tigers and the Braden River Pirates. Scoring opened up with Lucas Book in the first half, followed by Evan Yaki. That put the Tigers up 2-0 at halftime. And it's been 3 goals since. It's Lucas Book and Patrick Wiley with a brace here in the second half for those 3 goals. Nice through ball there from Braden River, but once again handled well from this back line of the Jesuit Tigers. 5 substitutions now getting ready to come on here for the Tigers as head coach Eric Sims making that mass substitution, allowing that depth to get some playoff action here in these remaining minutes. Charlie Dowman, Lucas Ruiz, and Nick Smith, Jay Diani, and Lucas Book. Those are the 5 coming off. Try to get the numbers here for you all. Ace Perez looks to be one of the players on. Matthew Jones is one of the substitutes as well. We're back underway here. Try to get those other names for you. Who came on? Here is Ace Perez now. Trying to take a shot here. See the fresh legs really creating some problems here for Braden River. That just shows how deep this squad is for the Tigers. Low-driven cross. Shiloh Thatcher, another one of those substitutes for the Tigers who scored on Tuesday evening, as well as Matthew Jones, who scored on Tuesday evening. He actually closed out the game for the Tigers, scoring that 8th and final goal against Fort Myers. So here's Ace Perez now. Here's an opportunity now for Tyler Trombley on the far side. He's trying to get a cross in. But Braden River staying pretty disciplined here on that far side of the field. That was Iacono trying to cross it in. Here's Jones passing it back to Culver. Trying to pass it back to Jones, unable to, so it'll be a throw in here for the Pirates. Here's Provenzano. To Jones on the far side here. Trying to pass it back in. Here's Perez. So the final remaining minutes here will be kept on Center of the field by their head referee. Throw and taken there by the Pirates. Bounces a couple times. Ultimately cleared out there by Tigers. Hudson Piers will get his second consecutive clean sheet here as long as the Tigers continue to hold strong here for the last remaining few minutes. Here's an opportunity for the Tigers to make it 6-0. Falling for Jones. Still Jones. Second opportunity, scores. Matthew Jones scored a late one on Tuesday evening to wrap it up for the Tigers. Scored one here tonight. Last remaining minutes. And 6-0 is your final. The Jesuit Tigers complete and utter domination once again. Fantastic job from the Jesuit Tigers. It all started with Lucas Book opening up the scoring once again for the Tigers. And it was Evan Yockey who scored the second one. Put the Tigers up 2-0 at half. Then just an explosion of offense in the second half. Lucas Book once again scoring. And Patrick Wiley scoring a brace in the second half to add 2 goals. And Matthew Jones. Fantastic job from the Tigers from beginning to end. And they now await the winner between Mariner and Osceola for the region final. That will be here. Once again, the Tigers have retained home field advantage here throughout the region as they are the number 1 seed. So they will play here at Alumni Field. But your Jesuit Tigers dominant from beginning to end once again. They beat the Braden River Pirates 2 times in the span of a little over a week. Thank you for everybody tuning into Jesuit Tigers Sports Network YouTube channel. As we have one more here on the Jesuit Tigers Sports Network YouTube channel. One more game for you, and that'll be the region final. As your Jesuit Tigers defeat Braden River 6-0 in the region semifinal here at home. I'm Colin Rivera. Have a good night, everybody.